Hey, it's Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. Now, I was looking for fun ways to tell you that Mint's offer of unlimited premium wireless for $15 a month is back. So I thought it would be fun if we made $15 bills. But it turns out that's very illegal. So there goes my big idea for the commercial. Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3 months, $90 for 6 months, or $180 for 12-month plan required. $15 per month equivalent. Taxes and fees extra. Initial plan term only. Greater than 50 gigabytes may slow when network is busy. See terms.
This podcast is part of the Robots Radio Rocket Club, a program designed to help all podcasts reach their full potential. For information about joining the Robots Radio Rocket Club, check out robotsradio.net.
Welcome to Holocron History, Star Wars Canon versus Legend. Join us as we take a deep dive into the lore of the Star Wars universe.
Hello, and welcome to the Holocron Histories podcast, where we talk about Star Wars and its lore, legends versus canon. I am one of your hosts, Austin, also known as Teacup.
And I am your other host, Ben of Temeria.
And we're back, which I feel like I have been gone for a while, apparently.
It's been, what, a week? 2 weeks?
2 weeks, something? I don't know. Time is irrelevant.
Yeah, time's a man-made construct.
Okay, so this is a little story time before we dive right in. But I went to college with a woman who literally believed time didn't exist. Now, I'm not just talking about like the measurement of time. Like that, the passing of time didn't
like
exist.
The phenomenon of time just rolling?
Yeah, like the actual physical thing of like memory and time and like the fact that like there is a past and a future did not believe it existed.
Interesting. So no, that has
don't try to make it make sense.
No, I'm not. I just have questions now. It's like, how did she come to that conclusion? Like, has she never forgot something?
No, yeah. See, it's more that she was old and didn't want to tell people her age.
Okay. It's like one of those, I'm 29 forever.
Well, but even that, but it was just like, I don't believe in time.
Interesting.
So age isn't really a thing. We're all the same age. Because we're all living now. Only the now exists.
Interesting. Okay, yeah, okay. Okay, well, anyway, before my brain explodes from this meltdown of something I don't need to comprehend at the moment, before we really get into this episode, there is also news from Star Wars. So Star Wars Outlaws was finally announced as a release date. We got a story trailer. It looks cool. It looks awesome. I am on the fence with the price points, what they came up with. But if you ever played Ubisoft, that's just Ubisoft. So
Okay. I feel like I have to weigh in here. Like I am legally,
you're legally bounded because of Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, I have to weigh in. Yes, that is how Ubisoft operates. I still don't even like it in Assassin's Creed. But I guess my point, right? But people, the thing that is frustrating me, and this, I will say that this is rumor. We haven't actually gotten confirmation that this is fact, but apparently the Jabba the Hutt mission will be locked behind a season pass.
The one that they show in the trailer?
Yep.
I don't know how. See, okay, I would take that with a grain of salt, because
I mean, yes.
That is one thing I've seen. Like, if you ever watch any of the Assassin's Creed, trailers, Far Cry or anything, they don't ever show any of their DLC content in their trailers.
Correct.
So I don't think that's true. That's just me being a consumer of Assassin's Creed and Far Cry. I don't see Ubisoft going that route of showing, hey, here's Jabba the Hutt. But you have to wait for that part of the season pass to come out. Now, I can see them adding, hey, with the season pass, you can do more missions with Jabba. I can see that, but in the initial like meeting Jabba and like maybe doing a job with him or for him in the base game, I can see that happening, and then like that's it, and that's all you do. And then with the season pass, hey, here's more things that Jabba needs your help for because of so and so's happen in the story. That's what I would come. That's what my conclusion would be.
I think I would agree with that. My thing that I think where I go with this is that Ubisoft has, with Assassin's Creed, has done some shady things with
Helix Store.
This kind of stuff. Yeah.
Sorry, Ubisoft. If you listen to this podcast, I'm sorry. The Helix Store is kind of just dumb. Sorry, I know it gives you revenue, but still,
I don't have a lot of like faith, I guess is the word I'm looking for. Like they're gonna do this, but I just don't. I'm cautiously optimistic again.
Right. Yeah. I feel like the game itself is going to be great.
I think I agree with that.
It's just Ubisoft's place in the world when it comes to DLC and microtransactions. That's what we're getting at. The game itself is going to be great. If you want to play an open world Star Wars game where you're a smuggler, go ahead and get Outlaws. Get the base game. If you want to get the Gold Edition or Ultimate Edition, go right ahead. It's all your decision. I mean, I'm probably going to get the Gold Edition regardless because it has the Season Pass. And I'm kind of obligated to play it because of this podcast, so there's that.
Well, see, so I will be getting the standard. I pre-ordered the standard edition.
Okay.
Because I just could not justify spending over $100.
That's fair.
On a game. But we'll see.
Understandable. But anyway, we are not here to bash Ubisoft or go over that stuff. We just want to let everybody know the release date is out. It's August, if I recall. Right?
Yes.
August 2024. Yeah. So we have an actual date. It is coming out. It's arriving. On top of that, we also have Acolyte here coming out in the next couple months, which is super exciting as well. So we have a lot of Star Wars stuff coming up. But today's episode, we are going over another company in the Star Wars universe. And this one I'm excited to go over. And it is BlasTech Industries. Now, what would you think BlasTech Industries would make in the galaxy?
I know exactly what they make because I know what they are. But it's blasters.
Exactly. Hence blast in the name. So yes, we are going over the company that makes majority of the standardized weapons that we see in the Star Wars universe. I will say here, Legends, I believe, is not... Legends is barely anything. And then there's a lot of canon. So just be mindful of that. So with Legends, BlasTech Industries was one of the galaxy's top 3 arms manufacturer, with Mirsan and Sosnub being its main competitors. BlasTech was the market leader for the manufacture of personal energy weapons and light artillery. BlasTech was most famous for its blaster weapons, though the company was also manufactured a number of starship weapons, including turbo lasers, ion cannons, and missiles. Which, I mean, if you play any of the Battlefront games, those 3 are great. Turbo lasers suck because, especially the trench runs in any of the Rogue Squadron games, because they suck.
Mm-hmm.
So a little bit of their history and canon. During the Cold War between the Galactic Republic and the reconstituted Sith Empire, BlasTech officials wished to hire security to protect a key weapons shipment from pirates. An individual dispatched an associate of theirs to provide security. That's it. That was all during the Cold War between the Galactic Republic and the Sith Empire. That's all we know. During the Clone Wars, BlasTech provided the Republic's clone troopers with their state-of-the-art weaponry. When the Empire rose to power, BlasTech was pressured to sign an executive agreement with the Imperial military, but corporate leadership held firm and maintained standing a policy of selling weaponry to anyone and everyone who had the credits. As such, many BlasTech weapons were found in rebel hands during the Galactic Civil War. So yeah, BlasTech was essentially, if you have credits, we'll sell it to you. You're welcome.
That's how most of them are.
Yeah, that's a fair point. That, like, if you look at today, like, in our world, it is very frowned upon, and things would go very, very badly for said company. But this is Star Wars, and they don't care. What are they going to do? Just stop making weapons?
Well, they cared for like that brief moment in The Last Jedi.
That's a fair point. That's a fair point. And then, despite its relatively notable independence from the total Imperial control, which dominated and seized major galactic companies at the time, BlasTech famed E-11 blaster rifle became the standard Imperial sidearm and was favorite weapon of the dreaded Imperial stormtroopers. Many other BlasTech designs were also integrated into the Imperial arsenal and remained even into the days of the Imperial Remnant and Second Imperium, kept for their versatile and durability. BlasTech Corporation was a division of BlasTech Industries, which manufacture the personal and military blaster weapons. Yo, and Sharp's in chat. What's up, Sharp? But yes, so the E-11 blaster rifle is the standard blaster rifle you see all stormtroopers have in Star Wars The Clone Wars, Star Wars Rebels, Star Wars the original trilogy, all that. Even in this, Battlefront, that's your main weapon as a stormtrooper.
Mm-hmm.
Now, granted, if you play, Battlefront 1 and 2, like the rebooted versions, you can have whatever blaster is available. Like the original, like the reboot 2015, was it 2015? Yeah, 2015 Star Wars Battlefront. There was like over 30.
The first one?
Yeah, over like 30 blasters that you could choose from. And then you go to Battlefront 2 and say, hey, here's 4 per class. And it's like, wait a minute, what happened to the 30 I had last game?
Right.
They
added more later.
Yeah, they added 1 per class. That was literally it. It's like, what is this? And I mean, I understand why they did it. Is because they had like the class system, and each class had its own unique abilities and whatnot. So I understood that. But I like choices.
I just recently maxed out all the attachments for every weapon in the game.
Did you really?
Uh-huh.
Holy crap. That's impressive. So now that is actually the end of Legends, surprisingly. There's, like I said, there's basically nothing on it. So now we move to the canon portion. So BlasTech Industries was an arms manufacturer operating from the time of the Clone Wars to 22 BBY to the Cold War era of 2934 ABY. It notably produced the DC-15 family of blaster rifles and carbines for the Grand Army of the Republic, and the E-11 medium blaster rifle used by the Stormtrooper Corps and the Imperial Army, as well as the DH-17 blaster pistol, the A-300 blaster rifle, the DL-18 blaster pistol, used by the Alliance to restore the Republic. So, right then and there, BlasTech has made literally, basically, almost all the major weapons you will see in the films and Clone Wars. And I will say, I honestly, I love the DC-15 family of blaster rifles and carbines because the Clone War era weapons are honestly cooler looking than the Imperials.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the like DC-15S or whatever, the like short carbine.
Oh yeah.
That they use. But I really do like the look of the E-11.
Oh, I do
the Stormtrooper.
Too. Oh yeah. Well, I mean, it's great if anybody knows the behind the scenes of making those weapons in the original films. They literally just jammed different parts onto a weapon on a rifle. It's like, hey, this is a space gun. It's great. Like the Han Solo's DL-40, is that DL-44? Is that right?
Yeah.
that was literally it's a German pistol. I can't remember the name of the pistol on the top of my head. That they just added, hey, here's a scope to it that normally would not be attached, and here's a larger magazine. Done.
Mm-hmm.
They were very creative. So, following the signing, the Galactic Concordance and the replacement of the Galactic Empire with the New Republic, BlasTech spun off into a subsidiary with Murson Munitions Incorporated and Son Blast Corporation to operate within the borders of the First Order. The Murson Corporation continues operation throughout the Cold War and the First Order Resistant War, and supplied the Stormtrooper Corps of the First Order with the F-11D blaster rifles and the SE-44C blaster pistols. Yeah. Now, I will say the design look for the F-11D and the SE-44C, I do like the designs of the weapons for the First Order. I'm not going to lie. But, yeah, BlasTech was still, hey, these guys were very profitable during the Empire's Galactic Civil War. Let's sell more things to the side that essentially that was the Empire.
Mm-hmm. They just want to make money, as all corporations do. All corporations just want to make money. It's how it works.
Sadly, yep. Yes, it is. Even into our society today. But anyway, we have now their history and canon. So, BlasTech Industries was a prominent weapons manufacturer in the galaxy during the time of the Galactic Republic. Following the creation of the Grand Army of the Republic by the comedian cloners, BlasTech was selected to manufacture their weaponry, which it did with the DC-15 family of blasters. This included the DC-15A blaster rifle, the DC-15A blaster carbine, as well as more specialized weaponry. Which I need to find out. I did not look this up previously. I need to know, did they make, I'm assuming they did, the combination blaster rifle for the commandos that have different configurations? Because I love those weapons so much.
I think so. I think they would have.
And then during the Age of the Empire, BlasTech also secured numerous contracts with the Galactic Empire, manufacturing the notorious E-11 medium blaster rifle and its specialized versions for the Stormtrooper Corps, as well as the Imperial Army and Navy. Around this time, the company established weapons laboratory in the East Hills near the planet Lethal's capital city. Because Lothal was like a major manufacturing hub, because rebels, pretty much.
Uh-huh.
And then after the New Republic's victory in the Battle of Jakku and the surrender or escape of all remaining Imperial factions still active in the galaxy, acting Galactic Emperor and former Grand Vizier Mos Amata, along with the Chancellor Mon Mothma, signed the Galactic Concordance in Chandrilia to formally end the Galactic Civil War. And then after the fall of the Empire, the industries continued to be active. The BlasTech produced the EL-16HFE blaster rifle that was used by the New Republic, the IB-94 blaster pistol, one of which was used by the Mandalorian Din Djarin, which produced by BlasTech at some point. Djarin's fellow tribe member Paz Vizsla used the M55 medium repeating blaster as the heavy infantry Mandalorian, which, fun fact, is Jon Favreau. That is Jon Favreau's character in The Mandalorian, who is the producer and director of The Mandalorian. Or showrunner, I should say. And I will say, Mando's Din Djarin's blaster pistol is so iconic and awesome. I love that look of a blaster pistol. I may or may not have one in SWTOR. And the New Republic Imperial Treaty prohibited the deployment of armed stormtrooper forces in the galaxy or the sale of arms to them. To circumvent this words are hard. prohibition, BlasTech, along with the munitions manufacturer Merson Munitions Incorporated, spun off a subsidiary, Sunblast Corporation, to manufacture and supply weapons for the First Order Stormtrooper Corps. Because Stormtroopers, I guess. They want money. This is what they need.
They always want money. That's what I've been saying. Money, 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 money.
It's like Mr. Krabs. Money, 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 money. And then the subsidiary operated from the time of the Cold War to the First Order Resistant War. They manufactured blasters and other assorted weaponry for the First Order militias. The First Order's rival, General Leia Organa's resistance, used by that point outdated BlasTech EL-16s and EL-16 HFEs. So, yeah, they use outdated tech against the First Order because that's all they were have for their cause, because BlasTech wanted to go to the quote-unquote side that would win, and it didn't. It's like history repeated itself. Oh, whoa. Who would have guessed? But, yeah, anyway. So what now?
I was just going to say, you know what? Like, it just comes to the point of, why are we trusting corporations at all?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Who knows at this point? I don't. But anyway. But at this point, I think it's a good time to take a quick mid-break.
All right, let's do it. Welcome to the middle of the show, where we take a time to thank our patrons. Thank you to all of our patrons who support us. That patron chat is coming up in a couple weeks. And so if you want to sign up and join us for that, that would be a great time. Another great thing that is coming is the Spotify reviews and comments. If you leave us a 5-star review or comment and some kind words, we'll read it out on a future episode of the show. Do we have something to read today?
We do have a comment on our last episode, Quake Drive Yards, which by Daniel C. Any chance you could cover an episode on Darth Bane? I know there's not a whole lot in canon, but it's more legend content. Would love to hear it. Absolutely. We will definitely do a Darth Bane episode at some point. That is a for sure fact. Because Darth Bane is awesome, and Darth Bane is the reason why we have the rule of 2.
It is true. Ben needs to read the trilogy before we do that, though.
There's so many things I need to do.
I just don't want to spoil it for you.
Hey, I'm all good with spoilers. It's not that big of a deal for me.
No. You need to read and react to the Patreon. And you know what? Our listeners will back me up. I could go into both of our Discords right now and be like, should Ben read the Bane trilogy before we talk about Bane? And everyone will say yes.
That's too much things to do on top of everything already on my plate.
It's Shelby normally really hates like stories that focus on the dark side or other things, but she loved the Bane books.
Fine, I will try to get the Bane books or audiobook forms. There we go. But anyway, yeah, we also have our Discords. There are many of Discords that we're in. Robots Radio at robotsradio.net, the Cups Podcast and More Discord, the Ben and Friends Podcasting Discord. Go check those out. Those links are in the episode description below. And then other than that, you can check us out live on my Twitch channel at twitch.tv/Ben of Tamara, where I am now an affiliate. So go subscribe, go get notified when we go live. It's a lot of fun. Sharp is in chat right now, so thank you, Sharp, for watching. And yeah, it's all good stuff. Other than that, I don't have anything else to add. Is there anything you want to add?
Yeah, I don't think so, but we've got, we do a lot of stuff in the Discord. We do a lot of stuff live. We love chatting with people. Just get up there and come and interact with us. One of the reasons we do this is to talk to other people who love Star Wars.
Yes, exactly. Like, I know in my Discord there was talks about if Force sensitives can be late bloomers, and I was like, yes, because a lot of our protagonists are actually late bloomers.
Is it late bloomer? Well, that's a different story. Is it late bloomer or is it lately, like, discovered late?
Yes. Maybe both. I don't know. I mean, Luke is kind of like a weird outlier because his father was Anakin Skywalker, so obviously he would have been a Force wielder as himself, but obviously he wasn't trained by Obi-Wan until he was after 19 years old, yada, 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 and then by Yoda. So there's that. Ezra was in his, like, mid-teens.
Yeah, but again, this is the thing of, like, are the Force powers late blooming in manifesting Force powers or just when they're discovered? Because as we see, Ezra was using the Force without knowing that it's the Force.
Ooh, that's a good point. Well, okay, what about Sabine?
Sabine would be an example of a late bloomer.
Okay, Sabine.
There you go.
So yeah, go check out those Discords. It's a lot of fun. We have a lot of random conversations and all that stuff. So great stuff. But
all right,
I think it's good to get back into more BlasTech.
Let's do it.
All right, we are back, and now we are going over the different weapons of BlasTech. So, first off, we are going all over the different pistols that they make. So, over the lifespan of BlasTech Industries, countless models of the designs of blaster pistols were conceived and produced, from the hard-hitting DL-44 heavy blaster pistol to the quote-unquote light EC-17 holdout blaster, along with countless other models designed for both state-owned and private use. Now, obviously, we all know, if you know Han Solo, he carries a DL-44 heavy blaster. It hits like a freight train.
It does.
Though he prefers apparently to use a Wookiee crossbow because it's really heavy and he loves it.
But look, let's talk about the Wookiee crossbow and Han. Hold on.
Snips is angry.
Mm-hmm.
For everybody to know, I don't know if Snips like Wookiees. Does Snips like Wookiees?
No, but Snips is afraid of R2-D2, so...
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, that's my dog is afraid of my R6, so...
Yeah.
I would have him run around and...
Even if I'm watching Star Wars and, like, R2 makes a R2 noise on there, she goes and hides.
Oh, wow. Really don't know. Dogs don't like astronauts.
But anyway... What was I saying? About the DL-44.
Crossbolt. Yeah, the Wookiee crossbolt or crossbow.
I will say this. I have never gained so much respect for the DL-44 until I've played Han Solo in Battlefront 2 and have taken out some of these top-notch Force users with his abilities.
Right. Oh my god, you use his blaster on top of all his dodges and everything and all his abilities. Like, I've seen people easily, like, kill Vader and I think Maul, like, right back to back.
Yeah, the only one I've seen is having trouble with Anakin, but that's just because Retribution is overpowered and broken.
That's fair. That is fair.
But yeah, I love playing as Han Solo. It is one of my favorite things. So yes, it hits like a freight train.
Now, do you like dancing as Han Solo?
I don't really do much of the dances.
If nobody gets that reference, it's from the Star Wars Connect game where it says the song I'm Han Solo.
Star Wars Connect game?
Oh my god.
What a reference.
It's so freaking hysterical. But anyway, back to blaster pistols. We also do have the automatic DH-17 blaster pistol, pistol moved so successful that Army and Navy personnel of both Alliance and Imperial military used the model during the Galactic Civil War. BlasTech also manufactured the DL-44 heavy blaster favored by Han Solo, which we just went over. Which, yeah. And then, Han's incredible precision of knowing where his target is and blasting them is insane. And Force Awakens, like, he was just, like, literally not even looking at points and shoots and takes a stormtrooper out.
Mm-hmm.
So now we have rifles and carbines. So BlasTech also produced other blaster types, including blaster rifles and blaster carbines. One example of the blaster rifle produced by the company was the DC-15A blaster rifle, which was identified as a heavy blaster rifle model. Which, it would make sense because the Clone Army used that to take down the droid army. So it better be heavy because they're fighting droids.
So the DC-15A is the long one.
Yeah.
The long boy.
Yeah, probably one of my favorite ones. And then now we also have the E11 medium blaster rifle, was produced by BlasTech, and with further E11 designs, such as the E11 S sniper rifle and the E11D blaster carbine, also being manufactured by BlasTech. Other blaster carbines produced by BlasTech included the EE3 carbine rifle and the EE4 carbine rifle. So we have EE3 and EE4 rifles as well. And the sniper rifle is really cool too, because that is also something you can use in Battlefront.
Yeah, it is. I forgot about that.
And the EE3 and the EE4, I believe the EE3 is the one that Jango or Boba uses. Am I correct?
I think you're correct. The EE4 or 3 is one of them.
It is the... Yeah, EE4.
EE3 and
EE3,
4. Maybe.
sorry. EE3 is the one that Boba Fett uses. That's the rifle that we see with Boba Fett. And the EE4 is like a shorter barrel, almost looking like a submachine gun. If you know like what a submachine gun looks like. Mainly used by smugglers and bounty hunters. Favored by Sana Staros, bounty hunter and smuggler, who later joined the Rebel Alliance. So this is a lot of stuff that we see in like the comics. Mm-hmm. So we do also have other blaster models. So BlasTech also produced the blaster cannon, as well as the Z6 rotary blaster cannon it produced, with Murson Munitions Incorporated also involved in its production. BlasTech also produced sniper rifles, such as the E11S sniper rifle and the DH-447 sniper rifle. Ooh, and the DH-447... Ooh, yeah, this one was on the Battle of Jeddah. It was used by Parson Levin Tinza during the Battle of Jeddah on Rogue One. So one of the Rogue One's characters used that sniper rifle specifically. And the blaster cannon is literally what it is. It's essentially a Gatling gun. It's a Gatling laser gun. It's great. And if you ever play SWTOR and you play the Trooper class and do the Trooper story, blaster cannon. It's great. It's awesome.
Yeah, you also see other blaster cannons in like with the Mandalorians in KOTOR and all kinds of stuff like that.
Well, and we see Paz Vizsla use a blaster cannon as well. We seen him use a blaster cannon in Mandalorian. So
in one of the most epic standoffs ever.
Oh yes, it was great. And then we do have multi-purpose blasters. So BlasTech Industries manufactured and designed several blaster models, which could be configured for a number of different roles. The Alliance to Restore the Republic used the A180 and the A280 CFE. Both blaster pistols could be configured into a sniper rifle and an assault rifle, which is very interesting to see. And the DL-44 heavy blaster pistol could be turned into a blaster rifle with the addition of an extended barrel and a stock. Now that is something we've been told. We've never seen on screen or anything in the series. Because the only person that we see with the DL-44 is Han Solo, and Han Solo just uses a heavy blaster pistol.
Correct.
And the company also sold reconfigurable blasters, such as the A300 blaster rifle, which gave users the option to remove the long, air-cooled barrel shroud in the shoulder stock to allow the greater movement. For a collapsing barrel could be pulled out to allow greater accuracy without the need of previously mentioned heavy barrel. Note that the rifle could not reduce to a pistol. So, there's that too.
Yeah.
The A300 blaster pistol. Yeah, we also see this in, I believe, Rogue One as well.
Yeah, I think mainly.
Yeah, we see the special Rebel Alliance Special Forces members of Rogue One during the Battle of Scarif use this, the A280.
But I think Cassian Andor uses the configuration one to, like, when he is about to assassinate Galen Erso.
The 180?
No, the A300.
A300. Possibly? I believe so, maybe. It is also noted in the appearance it's going to be in Star Wars Outlaws.
Oh.
So there's that, just for all you to know. And now we move to vehicle weaponry. So apart from the personal weapons, BlasTech also manufacture heavier weaponry that was equipped on vehicles. Ezra Bridger's speeder bike was equipped with a twin JB-37 blaster cannon manufactured by BlasTech. Because you need blasters on a speeder bike. Absolutely.
It's true. Of course you do. Of course you do.
Right. You need blasters on everything. And then
as seen in Return of the Jedi.
Right, exactly.
You need blasters.
You need blasters on speeder bikes. Why they didn't have blasters on those was beyond me. So
I don't know.
State business, BlasTech manufactured close relations with the galactic governments, frequently being favored by their army's weapons manufacturer. Major state contracts include those of the Army of the Grand Republic, so they made the DC-15 family, the DC-A blaster rifle, the DC-A blaster carbine, the DC-15LE, and the DC-15X sniper rifle, as well as the DC-17 hand blaster. And the DC-15LE, this is the one, is made for heavy weapons for clone troopers. I'm trying to see here. It's showed in Bad Batch. First appearance was in Battlefront 2, the game. And yeah, Imperial Purge Trooper commanders use this as well. The weapons were also used by Imperial clone troopers and the TK stormtroopers. So fun stuff.
Yep.
Then they also worked with the Galactic Empire, the E-10 blaster rifle, the E-10R blaster rifle, the E-11 medium blaster rifle, the E-11D blaster carbine, the E-22 replicating double barrel blaster rifle, and the EC-17 holdout blaster. I don't recall this EC-22.
Oh, so we see this one. I think we see this one very rarely in. Oh, maybe this is the shore trooper.
Yeah, it's the shore trooper in Rogue One. It looks like a shotgun. That's literally what it looks like.
Oh, it really does. But apparently, it's got two barrels.
Yes, one on top of the other.
Well, so it reminds me, if you remember, like in if you ever played the Sith Trooper in Battlefront, they use something like this, and it has like kind of like a shotgun explosive shot too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember that. Now, I will say the E10R blaster rifle looks really weird. Why don't I remember this? Was this
this is probably comic. This has got to be comics.
Solo.
Oh.
That's why I'm like, why do I really remember this? Because I've only watched Solo once. But anyway, next they did supply the First Order as Blast Corporation, the F-11D blaster rifle, the FWMB-10 repeating blaster, as well as the FWMB-10K, and the SE-44C blaster pistol. Which, obviously, we see all those through the sequel trilogy with Force Awakens, Last Jedi, and Rise of Skywalker, with all of those.
Mm-hmm.
But,
correct.
Yeah, that's what we have.
I think this one...
BlasTech.
Well, no, not that one.
The repeating blaster?
No, I wondered if they had shown the one that the Sith Troopers use, but they didn't.
No. But yeah, that's what we have on BlasTech, which is a lot of fun. A lot of weapons, and weapons are cool. Especially in Star Wars, because it's all lasers. Or plasma, or whatever you want to call it.
Yep.
But, yeah, that's what we have. So, any final thoughts for the episode?
I don't think so. I don't think I do. Other than corporations cannot be trusted. You heard it here first.
Yeah, and if you should take that at a grain, like, you should take that in our own world.
Yes.
Just saying. Corporations
are not to be trusted.
So, but yeah, that's what we have.
All right. Well, if that's all we got, I think we're ready to wrap it up. Thanks for bringing this and all about that. And thank you all for listening to the Holocron Histories podcast.
And may the Force be with you.
The first.
Thank you for listening to Holocron Histories, Star Wars Canon versus Legends. You can find us on the Robots Radio Discord at robotsradio.net, the Ben and Friends Podcasting Discord, and even at the Cups Podcast and More Discord. You can find us on Twitter at SWHoloHistories, and even email us at holocronhistories@gmail.com.